What's up, YouTube? I'm Rob.
And this is Nick.
And today we're going to be talking about day trading, specifically how Nick learned how to day trade and basically his origin story on how he got into it, because he's made a lot of money day trading. He's the expert day trader here at Coffee and Crypto, and we want to know more so we can show you, teach you how to put the pieces together and get started with your day trading journey. So, Nick, let's start off from the beginning. When did you start day trading? How long ago? How old were you? Let's hear.
So this is annoying. Okay. My first day trading experience was in my early 20s. I must have been 22 or 23 years old.
So you're in college.
I was in college. I had an investment account that my dad had set up for me several years prior and had a decent amount of money in it. And I was like, well, instead of just being patient and waiting for these stocks to appreciate and collect dividends on it, I thought I could be a genius and day trade and accelerate those profits. So didn't exactly work out how I had planned. I think within about a year or 2 years, of day trading, that account was almost near zero. So I think it was probably $20,000 or $25,000 that I had lost over the course of those 2 years. Just kind of paying tuition into the market is what my dad likes to call it. I had to learn from all of the mistakes that I was making, and the pain from those mistakes of losing that money helps you to remember the next time not to make the same mistakes. Is what I've learned. You got any other questions about that?
Yeah. So when you got into day trading, did you just jump into it? Did you Google how to day trade? Did you read a book? Did you talk to someone or get mentored by someone, or you just kind of jumped in cold and figured out, as you went?
I should have done that. They didn't even have YouTube back then this was probably 15 years ago. So I didn't have YouTube to go look for a video on how to day trade. There were books out there. I wish I had read some of those books the first couple years, but I'm kind of a stubborn person in general. Back then I thought I knew everything and could just run into it and make millions of dollars day trading, and that didn't happen. And actually, that almost never happens. You never really run into day traders who have made millions day trading. It's more of kind of just like a source of income for them. I just kind of want to clarify that the people in the investment markets that make the millions are the ones that kind of buy something and hold it and allow those investments to appreciate 10x, 15x, 20x, or sometimes even more. But day trading is fun. I really do enjoy it. I love the challenge of it, and it does create a passive income for me on a monthly basis to be able to pay my bills.
What were you trading back then?
Well, they didn't have crypto back then. I was trading stocks, and then I was just trying to trade those intraday movements in the stocks. I was trading on margin to kind of leverage myself. So yeah, and then once I found out about stock options, I started trading those, and it turned into a disaster very quickly because options are extremely risky. I mean, some of those near dated options expirations, they're really exciting because the price moves so fast, but you can get wiped out very easily trading options unless you really know what you're doing.
What were you trading on back then? What was the platform? And I'm assuming it was desktop only, right?
Yes, they didn't have smartphones back then either. It was all desktop trading. I think I was trading on Fidelity. I think Fidelity has free trading now because they're trying to keep up with all the Robinhood competition. But back then, I think I was trading. I'm trying to think what the commissions were. They were either $20 or $35 a trade each way. So if you bought a stock, you had to pay $35 on top of that. And I think if you traded more than 40 or 50 trades in a year, they would lower that to $20. So you had to spend a certain amount on commissions before they would lower it. But now, you guys these days don't realize how lucky you have it with the amount of free trading platforms out there. It was very expensive to day trade back then.
But you can execute the trades on your behalf. You didn't need to use, any intermediary. You can just day trade on your behalf.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it was just an online platform. It was similar to the way the platforms are set up now. You just had to pay higher commissions. Yep.
Okay, so got into day trading in your early 20s, lost that initial account, basically took it to zero within 2 years. What happens after that? Do you start over, start up a new account, and say, I'm going to, take a different approach? I'm going to, you know, be smarter this time. I'm going to make better trades. Or do you take some time off and then come back to trading? Like what was after that?
It was kind of one of those things where, yeah, after I lost that initial account, I wanted to make that money back. I really wanted to dig in and learn how to do this to make it profitable. So yes, obviously I had to take some time off. I was still in graduate school, got out, started working full time, and saved a little bit of money, maybe a couple $1,000s, threw it into another brokerage account. Quickly lost that. Um, and then like every time you take a big loss like that, yes, there's a period of time of like recovery, like just getting over the fact that you just lost another account. But I always tried to not look at that as failure. I always tried to like take something from each experience of like taking an account to zero, taking that loss as just like a learning experience. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, what can I do better next time? And that's the way I had to look at it because, I mean, it was 13 years of that before, and maybe I'm a slow learner or something, but because I know other people who have done it faster than 13 years, but it took me 13 years before I had my fully profitable trading year. I mean, there were years in those 13 years that I was learning where I had like made profits on trades, but like the greed took over, and then I made another risky trade and then lost it all. Um, so so yeah, that's basically it. It was just 13 years of that cycle of finally like refunding the account, learning, taking those learning experiences, taking accounts to zero, until I finally got to a point where my wins were exceeding my losses.
So essentially, all this was self-taught. You never really did a course or had a mentor, or you were YouTubing. This is all self-taught through hard knocks of just working, saving money, putting it into a trading account, and then over time, just wiping that account out by your own mistakes, and then starting the process over. But through that journey, learning through those mistakes and improving over time, over years. You said it's been how long have you been day trading for?
It's been 15 years now. I would say like if I added up all of my losses over those 13 years, you're probably looking at 150,000, maybe a couple $100,000 of losses of just money I threw into accounts and lost it time after time after time. So like if you guys are out there and you're frustrated and like day trading and you feel like this is happening to you, I mean, that the same thing happened to me. I wasn't like an overnight success or anything. The reason that I feel like I'm successful now is because I was willing to fail that many times and continue to learn from those mistakes. Um, so so yeah, it was all the school of hard knocks. I maybe read a book or two along the way along those 13 years. One of my favorite books that I do remember reading was called Reminiscences of a Stock Market Operator. Um, that was written by, it was based on the life of, I can't remember the guy's name. It was the famous day trader of like the Great Depression. He made like millions and millions of dollars off of the stock market crash in the 1930s. And then like someone came along and wrote a book on his life. Jesse Livermore, that's his name. Um, it's kind of sad and unfortunate that after he had all those billions, he eventually lost all of it and ended up committing suicide. So this is kind of an interesting game that we play. Day trading, it can lead to very like large swings in your emotions. So it's definitely not a game for the emotionally weak.
Interesting. I think that's a good book recommendation for new aspiring day traders. All right, couple questions to wrap it up. First one is, what does day trading look like for you now? Fast forward 13, 15 years since you started. Like, what's like a brief general overview of day trading for you now?
Uh, Right now, I almost exclusively trade crypto, leverage futures. It's a lot less stressful for me now because I feel like I know what I'm doing more. I have very clear entry and exit strategies that I use, and I kind of just stick to those because I know what works, and I know what works for me. Like some strategies out there, like may be good for other people, but I know it works well for myself, and that's like really good for the viewers out there to like learn what works best for you. We really need to create a course on day trading, and I would love to teach everyone like what I have learned over these 15 years, and what strategies that I learned that work the best for me, because maybe they might work really good for some of the viewers out there.
One thing about Nick that I thought was interesting was when you go on the internet, Instagram, YouTube, all social media, you see these trading influencers post pictures and videos of them trading, and they're in front of this elaborate setup. They have, 5 monitors, one humongous screen. They're at their desk. They have all the lights, all the indicators on, and it looks like they're in this like freaking day trading man cave that, it's almost like a pilot in a cockpit where they have all these screens and indicators going on. Whereas Nick just does it so simple. He literally does all his trades. And I know Nick well. I've seen him trade many, many times. He just trades from his phone. He doesn't check any charts on the computer on a big screen, on 5 screens. He does everything from your phone. And that's a lot different from, when you first started, you can trade on your phone, but now it's so easy. You can have all these tools, all the charts, all the different exchanges on your phone. So I think people like to elude the image that day trading is, this flashy, complicated thing that you need like 10 monitors and you need to follow, exactly what someone's doing in order to have success. But a little side note there. But last 2 questions for you on day trading, if you're okay sharing this. What's the most you've made and what's the most you've lost in a single day trading, if you remember?
Oh,
Biggest win, biggest loss.
well, I mean, we did a video on this on our YouTube channel.
Maybe they haven't seen that one.
Maybe they haven't seen the video where, yeah, my biggest win in a day. It was actually more like a day and a half. I made over $500,000, starting with about $25,000 of capital. Turned that into a little over $500,000 within a day and a half. I got pretty lucky on that one. I mean, that was like one strategy that I use in day trading. It's kind of trying to like fish the bottom, and I just got freaking lucky on that.
We'll link the video to that video.
Yeah, yeah, we can link the video to that one in the bottom. Most I've lost in a day. I know I've been liquidated overnight while I've been sleeping. I left some trades open. I know I've lost $15,000 to $20,000, gotten liquidated while I've been sleeping. I think that's probably the most I've lost in a very short period of time. It's probably about $20,000, like just like that. You wake up and like, oh my gosh, I got liquidated and my account's at zero again. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, interesting stuff. So as you can see, Nick is a legitimate, real day trader, crypto trader, investor. Perfect example. He's made over $500,000 in one day trading, and he's lost, $20,000+ in a day as well. So he's trading with, significant capital here, not, a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 here and there that, some people are alluding to or making it seem like they're, trading with a lot more. So this is real. This is raw. We just wanted to give you a little bit of insight to how Nick, who's now an expert, full-time investor, a little bit into his backstory. So you can kind of put the pieces together and start on your trading journey, on your investing journey. So if you like this video, hit the like button below, subscribe, share it, and that'll help support us. Nick, any closing thoughts?
Just tell the people out there, please subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. We want to keep producing content. Just if you guys want to continue to kind of get into my mind and how I became a crypto millionaire and how I just did what I did over these past 15 years and was able to retire early from my job, just click that subscribe button, keep watching our videos, and I would be happy to keep sharing what I know about the markets.
We'll also link Nick's How I Became a Crypto Millionaire in the links description below. So just to reiterate on all our videos, this is not financial advice, and we'll see you in the next one.